I will never forget the moment where I was standing waist deep in warm Costa Rican water with the waves gently lapping up against me as the sun slowly set, giving me the most amazing show I have ever experienced, as tears rolled down my cheeks. Tears of gratitude, tears of happiness, tears of just sheer joy that I had actually created this for myself. I had been envisioning this moment for years and years and years, and it had finally come to fruition. Just the feeling of, oh my gosh, I did this and it is so amazing. The feeling of freedom. And I felt this feeling when I was driving in the little van with stuff full of 10 other people going to my next location. And I felt this feeling when I was learning how to surf and getting totally beat up by the ocean. And I felt this feeling every evening when I was sitting on the beach watching the sunset, when I was hanging out with my new friends, when I was buying fruit off of the truck that drove down the street every day. I just felt so grateful, so proud, so full of joy. The feeling just was oozing out of every pore. It was such an amazing feeling. And I had this feeling because I had been creating these moments in my brain for a long time. This didn't just happen. I put a lot of time and effort into it. So when it finally came to fruition, oh my gosh, it was the most amazing moment, and it melted my heart over and over and over again. For all of these experiences that I had created in my brain, now I was living them. I was there, walking on the beach every single morning, swimming in the ocean, seeing the sunsets, meeting like-minded souls, just traveling the world. It was so freaking beautiful. And today, we're diving deep into a topic that hits home for so many of us: following your dreams. Even in midlife, especially in midlife. Because let's be honest, if not now, when? There's going to be a time when we don't have the ability to travel like we do now physically because of our bodies. So now is the time. This is the perfect time to follow your dreams. It doesn't have to be like my dream. I have worked long and hard on creating a life where I can live anywhere and work from anywhere and work from everywhere, so I can actually travel the world once my kids totally break up with me 100%. Until they do that, I'm not going to leave for the whole year. I'm just going to go for little bits, because every drop is so precious with them. And once they decide where they're going to live, which won't be here, it'll be somewhere fabulous, somewhere, not that here's not fabulous, but they'll live somewhere in the world that is curious for them, that excites them, that draws their attention. And then that'll be my time where I do spend all of my time somewhere else. So we're not here just to play it safe or hold back. Nuh-uh. No, ma'am. So this episode is about taking those dreams off the back burner and putting them front and center, making it happen. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's talk about why your dreams deserve the spotlight. First, let's clear something up. Following your dreams doesn't mean you're reckless or unrealistic. I kind of love to think of myself as Laura Croft, is that her name? Or Dora the Explorer, just like being this curious person in the world and going, whoa, or like Forrest Gump. He's just so curious, and he just has these amazing adventures out of sheer curiosity and kindness. And that's what I feel like in the world. So being in midlife and chasing your dreams, it means you're finally giving yourself the permission you've probably given every single other person in your life your whole entire life. Isn't it wild how we cheer on our kids and our partners, and we cheer on our friends, our coworkers, and then when it's our turn, we think, well, maybe it's too late for me, or I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. But here's the thing. Dreams don't come with expiration dates like a carton of milk. No, not even the ones that you scribbled down on a napkin years ago. I love looking through old journals and stuff because I just write random notes. And when I go back and read it, I'm like, whoa, I've been dreaming about this for a very long time. I've been creating this and manifesting this for a very long time, and now it's come to fruition. And guess what? Midlife is the perfect time. You've got your wisdom, you've got your experience, and that magical mix of I know better and I'm done caring what people think. Trust me, it's the best fuel for making those dreams come true. And hey, if you need an extra nudge or some practical tools or a group of like-minded women, join us for my Glowvember series. It starts on Monday. This is where we tackle these topics together, and I give you everything you need to have an amazing glow up in November so that you can spend the rest of your midlife making your dreams come true. Now, we all know that when we start talking about our dreams, the dream crushers come out. Whether that's your inner critic whispering, what if it doesn't work? Or family or well-meaning friends saying, are you sure you want to do that? Because I would get that a lot because I was traveling solo. I was going to Costa Rica. I ended up in Nicaragua. Like when people who haven't traveled or people who are afraid would be like, is it safe to do that? You're doing that by yourself? Are you sure you want to do that? And I'm like, I really am 1,000% sure I want to do this. And I think you should do dreams that scare you like that too. And I'll say, thank you for your input. And I'll do it anyway, because I'm not going to let other people's limiting beliefs and fears stop me from chasing my dreams and having my eat, pray, love midlife adventures. The biggest regret that people have on their deathbed, it's not actually failing, it's the regret of not trying at all. People never regret what they did. They regret what they didn't do, what they didn't try. And you don't want to be that person. You do not want to be laying on your deathbed being like, damn, I really wish that I would have tried that. No, you want to be the one that is like, that was amazing. That was crazy. Remember the time that you want to be telling those stories. Do you remember the time that we rode on that camel or when we were surfing with dolphins? Do you remember that? In midlife, we don't have time for regrets. Life is short and we don't know how short it is. We're here to try. We're here to fail forward if needed. That's how we learn and grow, is by failing forward. Nobody has ever reached where they are by not failing. I promise you. And the people that are super successful have failed the most, but the failure doesn't bother them. They don't see it as a failure. They see it as feedback. That didn't work. What could I do instead? How could I tweak this a little bit? So that's called failing forward. And we want to celebrate the audacity of even showing up. That was me just soaking in these moments of being like, oh my gosh, here I am. I did this. And it's funny because all the people that I met along the way, they had their own stories and they were fascinating stories. I literally was planning to stay in Costa Rica for the whole 3 months. And I met this couple and I started chatting with them, and they inspired me so much because they were driving from South America up through Central America and had all these experiences. And because we were staying in the same little space, so they knew the town that I was in, they knew where I was staying, what I liked, and that I liked surfing and wanting to learn Spanish. I stayed in touch with them and they told me of where they were when they went into Nicaragua. Nicaragua is like half the price of Costa Rica, and it's like 10 years behind. So the infrastructure is definitely different. But I kept in touch with my new friends. And as they're doing their journey, they're like, Heather, you would love this place here. Heather, you would love this place here. And they kind of took me on their little journey and gave me feedback of where they stayed and why they liked it. And I said, screw it. I'm going to follow their little trail and go where they went. And I had the best adventures. I went to the most amazing places. I met crazy, awesome people. And that never would have happened if I hadn't have just done it, not thought about all the fear and all the why I can't do it. I just went for it. And I had some of the best adventures of my life when I went to Nicaragua, because I was just following these other people's adventures, because we kind of had the same dreams and the same things that we liked and that we were looking for when we traveled. And it was so good. One of the best things that I experienced, because I'm all about building community. I think the world needs more community right now. And I know midlife women need a community. And that's what I've created in Mastering Midlife membership. So if you need a community of like-minded people where we're always learning and growing and getting coached and going out and doing scary things, then join the community, because we got you. It's amazing. But one of the things that I really noticed was when I was in one little town in Costa Rica, and it was like a hostel. And every morning, these guys put on what they called a family breakfast. And there was no charge for it. It was included. And every single morning, everybody would show up and sit down and eat together and meet all the new people that were arriving. And I was there for a long time, so I knew everybody. But it was the best way to build a community of like-minded people and supporting and feeling like you're part of it, or you don't have to be part of it. There were people there that were literally just for 1 day, 2 days. There were people there that were there for 2 weeks. And I made some amazing friends. We went on fabulous adventures. It was all because of the community that was built by having the family breakfast. If you're going to sit down and eat food with people, you're going to be connected to those people. You're going to get to know who they are. It was so amazing. So amazing. So let's talk action about creating these dreams and living the life that you've always dreamed of. Because dreams without action, they're just wishful thinking, and they're not going to take you anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. You're always going to be daydreaming about it. But you don't have to quit your job, sell your house, or uproot your life overnight to follow your passion. Start small. Take an art class. Set aside an hour a week for writing. Or book that solo trip that you've been thinking about. That's another thing that I'm working on. I'm going to create some escapes for solo travelers, for women in midlife that want to travel and don't have anyone to travel with, or want to travel solo, but when they want to do it kind of in a safe way. That's what I'm going to create. That's my next adventure. So watch for it. Watch for it. It's going to be amazing. So you want to take one small step. It's all it takes to create momentum. And before you know it, you're moving faster than you imagined. Before you know it, you're in Costa Rica, surfing, watching the sunset, making new friends, having the time of your life. And let's be honest, midlife is like a multitask masterclass. You use that skill to your advantage when you're creating your dreams. You can multitask anything. So how can you multitask your dreams coming true? Just by one little step at a time. Do this. Ooh, you get inspired. Do that. Oh, I loved you. That was so much fun. I want to do more of that. And then you start to meet the people that are doing those things. And you get into these communities of people that are doing these things. One of the best ways to build community or to get into communities to reach your dream is to be in a Facebook community. Like every time I travel to a different city or country, I join that local Facebook group. And that's how I find out what's going on, where to go, all the stuff. You can have any question answered when you do that. So let's put some tools in your dreamer's toolbox. First up, visualization. I know it sounds woo-woo, but hear me out. You want to spend a few minutes each day picturing yourself living that dream. Feel it in your being. See it. Who are you? See yourself doing it. Breathe it. Why? Because your brain doesn't know the difference between it actually happening and you just imagining it happening. Your brain just starts to believe it's possible when you show it what's on the horizon. And then you practice gratitude because you're appreciating where you are. When you appreciate where you are now, it sets you up for more goodness. Remember, assuming the state of the wish fulfilled is the secret to manifesting. It means be that person, feel what it feels like to be that person, dress like that person, talk like that person, do the things that that person does, and then you will draw that to you so fast. So you want to manifest it, you want to visualize it, you want to feel it. Because when you feel like you are that person, you vibrate at that level, and the universe, which is energy, that energy will be attracted to you so fast. The more you vibrate at that, the quicker you will create that for yourself. And then finally, find your cheer squad, whether it's a friend, a coach, or a community, like the one we've built in Mastering Midlife membership. This is the perfect place for someone like you who has big dreams and doesn't know how to do it and just wants that support, wants to be understood. Oh, we get you. In this group, we get you, girl. We see you. Surround yourself with people who believe in you. This can be a game changer. Surround yourself by people who believe in themselves, and then watch what they do. Watch the magic they create. How did they do that for themselves? I'm going to do that for myself. So here's your challenge for today. Think of one dream you've tucked away. I know when we have kids, we kind of forget about all of those things, but now's the time. Dust it off. Take that one tiny step towards it this week. What's one little thing you could do to get closer to that dream? Remember, midlife is a chapter. It's not a final page. It's the chapter where you're the star. You're the main character. And the plot twist is that you finally put yourself first. Am I right? You've got one life. And guess what, girl? It's happening now. So let's make it magical. If you're feeling inspired, go out there and do that thing. Take action on it. Remember, we need action to make our dreams come true. And if you need a place to share your progress or get that extra push, be inspired by others, learn new tricks and tools, Glowvember is the perfect series to help you kickstart your dreams and take real steps towards your midlife glow up. And it starts Monday. Join us and make midlife the most exciting chapter yet. I will drop the link in the show notes because registration starts this Saturday. Let's make midlife the most exciting chapter yet. Until next time, keep dreaming. Be a dreamer. Get lost in your dreams. I love it. Keep doing. Take action. And keep being unapologetically you. Thank you for listening. Always, always, always love yourself first and have an amazing day.